one of the most amazing states to me, because if you haven't driven through it, it is so barren. There's thousands of little baby tornadoes opening to be noticed. Dust ones, but everywhere you look, you don't wonder. That Wizard of Oz, they must hate that movie there. But still, it was, imagining the weather, how cold it is there in the winter, how hot it is in the summer. It's really an extreme state. So to me, driving across it was amazing to me. It was actually visually almost my most favorite drive. And the poor kid told me when he was following me at 80 miles an hour, 2 tornado chaser trucks sped past me and thought, oh great, you know. So I was never actually in the middle of Kansas hitchhiking. That's why I got that one ride all the way through it. I can't imagine what it would have been like to be standing there. When I was hitchhiking in Kansas, it was at the beginning of the state, though. It was still getting barren. And the second time it was in that rest area, there was nothing. There was nothing. The nearest city was like 200 miles if you wanted to get a cab. So, but still, it was to me one of my favorite states visually when I was hitchhiking. But yeah, you don't want to be alone there. Yeah. And I bet that gas station lavatory had to sleep almost a lonely night.
Hi. I was wondering if you could comment on what you think has maybe changed in American culture, like, as to why less people are hitchhiking now than they used to.
I think people don't hitchhike so much now, because of how it's portrayed. In the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, that hitchhiker kept people from ever hitchhiking. I thought he was kind of cute myself. That and so many horror movies, The Hitcher, serial killers, you know, even in my movies, all hitchhiking ends up bad. So it's usually portrayed in a sexual way or a horror way. And to me, I have had not that experience really ever, even in my life. But yes, I encourage local hitchhiking and ask someone to go on a date. Let's want to go on a hitchhiking date, which I did in Provincetown a lot, to this one beach. And it's green. You might meet some new friends. It's not that dangerous, and it's training wheels of adventure. To me, people said, "Are you afraid?" I'm afraid at my late 60s to stay home and do nothing. To me, to not see what's going on in the world is much scarier. People nowadays would say, "Oh, we had it better." No, we didn't. If I was 20, I'd be in my parents' bedroom. They wouldn't have seen me for a week. They'd been leaving food outside my door, and I'd be shutting down other governments on my computer too. Stealing their credit cards. They're having fun.
There's somebody in the back with their hand up.
Here comes somebody.
There's one in front.
I thought it was great. The hairspray industry, God knows. I mean, first of all, the movie was a hit, then the Broadway show, who would have ever thought I'd be on the stage winning Best Tony. That paid for my apartment in San Francisco, another two. The third movie, I'm happy with it. It was a total reinvention. That's why it worked. That's why I'm not so sure that Rent or the producers worked, because the new movie of it did the exact play. This was a complete reinvention. It was a big budget, brassy Hollywood musical. Where mine was the very opposite. It was a dance movie. That's why it worked, though. I've been paid to write the sequel to that. It never came out, called White Lipstick. I was paid to do a TV series on Hairspray that has so far not happened. So I'm still working with Hairspray projects, and I want Hairspray on ice. And then a ride at Disneyland where your hair goes off.
All right. Hey, John Waters. I just wanted to know, which is the state where you would never go back to? And which is your favorite state?
I would not go back to any of the states I was in. Ohio, I had but a cop gave me a ride there. So I thought that was pretty nice. Ohio, I had the most trouble in. I stood there for 2 days out front of this convenience store, and they never would acknowledge my existence.
Were you ever afraid in any of the state?
I was afraid nobody was going to pick me up and I was going to be standing there for the rest of my life. But no, I was not afraid ever when I got in the car. And I tell you, in the beginning you said, well, I wouldn't get into here. I had a story in case I was afraid. I was going to say, look, we're shooting this reality show. There's a satellite filming us right now. I have a chip in me. If you leave me totally in this car, you'll get a rag. It worked. No, I was never.
What's your favorite state?
My favorite state, I'm hitchhiking. I remember I got this ride in California, and it was the third to last ride, but when they got to this rest area to drop me off, I could see 50 miles away the Golden Gate Bridge. And it's like, oh, I'm gonna make it. So that was my happiest moment there, and I didn't have to wait long. And that's what I had was, boy, so this is terrible, but I would play the game of, in rest areas when people walked out, whether they had to do number 1 or number 2, by their expression. And you could always see how long they stayed in there, which that was. So that was my little game I played to like analogical bingo, kind of, while you were waiting to make it like counting sheep.
Well, thank you very much.
And I think we just have time for one more.
It was fast.
Yes.
Okay, you're a god of mine, by the way.
She was talking to you.
You too. You're both gods. Both gods. Okay, I actually had a question for you the last time you came and I never got to ask, but I've always wondered what you thought about kind of the mainstreaming of trashiness. Like, back then it was Jersey Shore, and I wanted to ask you what you thought about that, but obviously that's kind of passé.
No, the thing is, I know what you mean. Actually, I've probably been a bad influence because, unfortunately, there's a lot of Hollywood $80 million gross out comedies that I hate.
Yeah, me too.
But there's some good ones too. And reality TV, I'm not a fan of. I don't think there is such a thing as a reality TV star. I believe that's impossible.
Yeah.
To me, reality TV means that it's asking you to feel superior to them, to look down on them, and to make fun of them. Which I've always said, well, they're making money and you're wasting your time. Who's the stupid one? I think it's bad taste. But people obviously like it. I'm not saying they have to agree with me. I never watched Honey Boo Boo, but I hate her. I don't know what happens to her. I mean, if that's the new Shirley Temple, well. Sure. So I did do a picture with you. I'm a whore. It's Christmas.